welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then please subscribe and tap that bell icon so you don't miss any of my future videos. In front of us we have the Radio Shack, model number 12-726. It's an AM/FM portable radio with dual power. Yep, AC and DC. Love that. I purchased this radio for a total of $15 used off eBay. You could probably find it cheaper at a thrift store, Salvation Army, Goodwill. I'm guessing $5 to $10. It's worth the snag if you see it. This is really awesome. So here it is. Dimensions, we'll go over real quick. 9 inches across, 7 3/4 inches high, and a depth of 3 inches. And to give you a size comparison, yeah, this thing's pretty big on camera, so let's bring this up as high as I can go. CC pocket. It's a baby radio. And then the recently reviewed Radio Shack radio. Let's see, let me get this guy in the frame. So it's definitely not as big as this aluminum beast. I'm really partial to this radio here. As you can tell, big difference in dials. And I don't know what I just did there. Oh, the back of the battery door. All right, so there's the size comparison. And let's go ahead and lower this back down. See what's going on. All right, so features of this radio. So I really dig the color, this gunmetal gray. I like the built-in handle, pretty awesome. And it stands. Joking. All right, so left side of the radio, we just have a rib design, 2-color scheme, as you can see there, built-in handle, Radio Shack on top, plastic speaker grill. I love these plastic ones. I hate metal. They rust, they dent, they corrode. This will last a long time. Got a 3-inch speaker behind there. That's good tonal quality. The dial is awesome. This vertical dial, I love it. AM on the one side, 530 to 1710. Log scale in the middle. And you got FM 88 to 108. And you got this high visibility indicator there too. And it lines up fairly well with the stations. Tuning knob on the front. I'm not a fan of that. I'd rather have it on the side. But this does work if it's sitting there on the table. You just want to quick tune something. Here we have the on-off switch there with the volume. And what sold me on the radio was the color, the looks, the dial, and then this high-low tone control on the front. Pretty handy. It sounds really good on the AM band, a little muffled on the FM band, but that's personal preference. Okay, so you saw the built-in handle there. I do like the fixed handles on a radio this size. Definitely don't need it flipping down. So on the side here, we have an AM/FM band select switch. We have an earphone jack that's single ear only. Yes, I tested it. I walked around my neighborhood trying to dial in the FM, and yeah, it was single ear only, but it worked great. I just didn't want to wake up the neighborhood with the speaker. Here we got some worn paint. Character. I like that. Okay, so on the back here, we have the antenna. The antenna is fixed. Doesn't pivot. There's no, like if you pull it all the way out, it doesn't pivot, which I wish it did. That'd have been nice, but does not. It extends out to 19 inches. Back here we got the label, model number, frequency ranges. Runs on AC, and I'll show you that in a moment, and DC, 4C batteries. It's awesome. I like the capacity of 4Cs. I mean, it adds some weight to this radio, but you know you're going to be able to use it for a long time, which is good. So good capacity. Here's the switch for AC and DC mode. It's cool. Radio receiver, in case you forgot what you got in your hand. A vented case here. And I'm going to set this down and try to open this up for you guys on camera. So there's the cord. It's fastened permanently. Just take that out and plug it in. Off you go. And then there's the batteries. There's 2 on top of each other. Those were kind of a pain to put in, by the way. But terminals were good. There was no corrosion, which is always a bonus when you get a used radio. I'm always like, oh, is it corroded? It's not. Yay. A big celebration dance when there's no corrosion to deal with. All right, so let's go ahead and turn this radio on. We'll do an audio test in a moment. I do want to talk about the FM. So we always talk about the FM on the radios now versus me trying to go through the dial and get hit with a little copyright infringement. So FM band. I took it outside today during the daytime, probably around 2 in the afternoon. Had the antenna extended and was walking with it. And I got about 40 to 45 stations approximately. It's analog tuned. The sensitivity was okay to good, and the selectivity was okay to good. And what I mean by that is with this analog, it may have a AFC circuit that the strong stations come in, they stay in for quite a while on the dial as you tune through, and then those weaker stations sometimes get gobbled up by that the bigger stations. So I noticed that when I was tuning it. So it probably could get more stations if it was a DSP radio, similar to the KA390 that I was walking around with and got 60 stations with. But I just enjoyed the analog, the smoothness between the stations. There's no popping, no hopping sounds. Just a nice experience. I enjoy it. So I was happy. My strong stations came in, the ones I listened to the most anyway. So that's a good thing. Yeah, right there. So FM on this radio, not bad for under $20. I'm happy with it. And let's go ahead and do an audio test. I'll show you how the tone control works. We'll go to Radio Todderbert here. So I'm going to turn it on. On high, you can see it's indicated by a white dot. And low.
Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Alright, so there you go. You got yourself a taste of the audio on this Radio Shack. Sounds pretty good. We're going to go ahead and dial it up here on the AM. Up. It's pretty cool. We're at the top. Top of the band. We actually are on top of the band. Okay, so we're going to do an AM band scan Don't expect a ton. There's a lot of storms going on, so there's a lot of static. But we'll see what I can pick up. I know it's getting my locals just fine. It got a couple not so far away stations, maybe like 50-mile stations today, 60-mile stations during the daytime. Nothing to write home about, but it was just a good, solid receiver. And I'll be honest with you, this sounds really good listening to a ball game. Just amazing. So let's go ahead and see if there's a ball game on, and we'll tune those in. What we'll do is if we do find any distant stations, we'll log it. This is 10:39 p.m. Central Standard Time near Chicago, Illinois. And if we do find something far, I'll give you some information about the station. So let's go ahead and turn it on. Change our band here. We are on AM there. There we are. Okay, I'm going to leave it on high. And I'll show you the high and low with the voice. It sounds a bit better on the talk versus music. Okay, I might have something plugged in here. Yep. Okay. This transformer. Crazy sensitive. I love that.
Paying up to $70 per pill for your Viagra or Cialis? Global Health can obtain the generic for as low as $4 a pill. Call 414-289.
Not sure what that was. A lot of space between 530 and 600 there. Not sure why. Not sure where all the music's coming from.
Jamison Tyone on the mound for Pittsburgh, and the Brewers would strike early. Lorenzo Cain leads the game off with a base hit. With one out, Jesus Aguilar comes to the plate.
Tyone checks in. He's holding, and the pitch is hit in the air in the right center and deep. He is going to get up, and get out of here for Aguilar. And the Brewers have the lead. And a couple of runs.
So this is 620, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. There we go. Not too far away, but it's good. Know where we're at in the scale, and you can kind of see on there. Let's see if we can get Nashville. Okay, with music, I don't want to sit there on it. Okay, so this is definitely WSM Nashville. I could just tell. If there's a country music under 700, it's going to be Nashville. WSM 650 is just 434 miles away.
To that level. Man, I wanted to get 6 just to make the bullpen work.
This is local. 670, the score. Love the station.
So Farrell was left. Rob Z comes in and gets her done. Outstanding, but the other guys were really good too. It was,
like the sound.
2 really interesting games. Could have lost both, could have won both.
So it's only 219, but tonight, especially
takes the edge off.
Well, it's nice to walk off. That's what our second one.
So we're at here.
I'm Mr. Coleman. Thanks for joining us on Freddie and Fitzsimmons on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, Sirius XM Channel 8, as well as iHeartRadio. So if you to get your 15 seconds or less in, that means it's time for you to be a part of the frenzy. At 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. Our man Travis T. Money will handle the tracks. You bring the funk and the facts together. It is going to be a good frenzy. Thank you very much. Scott in Nevada, kick off the frenzy, my friend.
Hey guys, I just wanted to get your opinion. Even though I do believe the Warriors were still going to win the title, do you think the Cavs would have fared any differently?
Okay, so 690. I have Montreal, Quebec on that TSN, which I think it is. I was waiting for call letters.
Small business owners should consider partnering
700.
with an insurance company like UFG.
Coming in nice. WLW, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles.
That makes your success a priority. Visit UFGsolutions.com to find out how you can gain a successful teammate from UFG.
Barracuda Sentinel is artificial intelligence for real-time spear phishing and cyber fraud defense. Reclaim your email in minutes with zero impact on
720 WGN.
Visit barracuda.com/AI.
If you break with me, please do not text the drive.
I'm going to go for 740. This is, yeah, cool. I wanted to jam out here, and I can't. This is CFZM, 740 Toronto, Ontario, 460. This is Ziggy with Stardust programming going on. Just, they play some cool music.
If you want the dog to be healthy.
County for heavy delays, I-75 northbound, 3 to 4 left lanes blocked of paving work before Delk Road, exit 261, heading up to the south MaryAnn A Parkway, exit 263. Only a right travel lane at times getting by in this area.
750.
You can use Cobb Parkway, Highway 41 northbound as an
WSB Atlanta, Georgia, 630 miles.
260. Also watching for a slow zone on 85 and 985 southbound in Gwinnett County, right lane blocked.
Okay.
State Route 20 down to Highway 317, exit.
For pizza, we had straight to Buddy's Pizza, served in Detroit since 1946. We can definitely see why they've been named one of the
So this next station, the little guy going still.
by the Food Network Wine Magazine. Buddy's
So you
is the
got,
perfect place
it's a little harder to tune 760 because it's close to 780 there.
30 at any Buddy's Pizza
But this here is Detroit, WJR, about 270 miles away. Yeah, 270. There we go, WJR, sweet.
With that police activity, you can use Taylor or Roosevelt and get to Damon. Get on the
This is local WBBM, Chicago, 780. Can't see how the dial is. It's a little off there. Like I say, it gets a little off as you go up. So it gets a little worse towards the top end. It could probably be tuned or adjusted.
Ultrasound-guided procedures to diagnose and treat sports injuries with less
So-
pain and shorter recovery times. By pairing innovative medicine with state-of-the-art technology,
I'm almost stopping that from happening somehow.
this is more than a game. This
Cool,
is our goal.
because I think that noise is coming from my camera. But this should be 8:30. Yep, I heard her say Minneapolis.
Grilling season is
So 8:30.
Find your premium meats, including steaks.
Minneapolis, I'm sorry, I didn't tell you how far away it is. For me, it's 310 miles.
Data rates may apply. Earning your degree from one of the top
This is
business schools
840,
in the country might
WHAS,
sound
Louisville,
impossible
Kentucky.
to fit into your workload.
Approximately
But what if there were a
275
business
miles.
degree that furthered your career and gave you
Going 3-2 to Blackman's outside ball 4.
This is 850, KOA Denver.
Got ahead 2 strikes on Charlie and then
I think tonight's a good night for listening. We have, this is 890 miles. It's coming in clear on this radio.
is out on the bases. Let him stroll to second base. There you go. 4 walks issued by next pitching tonight now.
Very nice.
Nolan Arenado.
We should be able to get our Frenchies here. Let's see.
The 2-run first.
Région dans l'océan Pacifique, dans les Caraïbes, pour identifier 38
860, CJBC. I'm sure you guys have heard that before. Toronto, 460 miles. See if we can get New Orleans tonight.
très bien et ils les ont classés en
Or call 504-283-9801.
Kind of faint, but there it is. Kind of fading. But this is 870. New Orleans, 865 miles.
Camera Authority. If your summer plans are a trip to the House of Mouse, you might want to take a look at an app called
880.
Disney World Line. It's like the Waze app that you use for driving.
880 is New York City, WCBS, 750 miles. So it's a pretty capable receiver. Not bad. 890. My camera loves the light. I'm gonna cruise up the band here a little bit. This is local 1000 ESPN. You can see on the dial where that's at. Pretty close.
Strips of eye black. Black paint or whatever, and he puts it on his spirit. Yeah, he paints on his warrior paint. Yeah.
Some college players go too far with the eye black.
Not like all over his face, where it's like you can't see anything. That's too much.
They try to do nowadays, so they don't want to. It might have. I don't think this is the case, but just in case, it might have some earth biology on it. And they don't want to contaminate the seats. But they're going to definitely take a look at this as they approach it, and that's very exciting. And of course, they're going to start to drive up the mountain into the much more
WHO, Des Moines, Iowa,
geological
280 miles.
formations, the hillsides, the canyons. It's going to be very exciting, John.
What is Neowise?
Neowise used to be called the Wide Field Infrared Telescope. WISE. And then for some reason that I really don't understand.
A lot of astronomy lately on the shortwave, on the medium wave. It's really good.
Called it Neowise. Well, anyway, in its extended mission, one of its main goals is to use its infrared capabilities to look at asteroids. And it's found tens of thousands of asteroids. And there's been a scientific dispute.
Keep going. Some of you guys might fall asleep, but I like it.
These
baseball team in 70 years, like winning a World Series. All right, I'm hearing the music, which means we got a jet. Special thanks to Anthony Alpert, producer extraordinaire, back at our studio control. Carino signing off from Progressive Field. Always appreciate you joining in on the fun. We always have fun with you, whether you're calling in or texting us.
So 1100, that is, let me give you the callers. WTAM, Cleveland, Ohio, 345 miles. Now, I know upstairs I had a radio going. I got Arkansas, so let's see. Okay, so that music, okay, that's cool. That's KAY, Little Rock, Arkansas, 570 miles away.
Yeah. And did your father die?
Yes, Rosalie.
Maybe they're doing classic radio?
Sorry to say, I wasn't too much affected by his death.
Yep.
Poor Lucy was dreadfully upset.
That's something to check into.
She was desperate to find out more about heaven, and if he'd gone there.
Okay, so let's go ahead. There's 1100.
For the next decision. Keep in mind, I edited this during this video. He was
1120.
Some previous clips of like Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton. Yeah, I get it. They said those things in the past. I get it. Understand that pretty much every politician.
I'm talking about migrants. I'm not talking about people who come here legally. I'm talking about people who intentionally put their kids in that situation. And Mark, I
1140, WRVA, Richmond, Virginia.
For so long.
Just putting it like this, if I may turn this around. What he's saying is, God might...
1160,
Telling the Trump administration.
local. Here's 1180, I think.
And they should end their new policy separating migrant children.
Yep. So 1180 is WHAM, WHAM, Rochester, New York, 575 miles. Oh, sorry, 545 miles. Cool. I'm just going to take it up now to 1500.
Based on your listening, get the news and rely on your radio. Take this station with you on the go. Download the allnewradio.com app for your smartphone today and listen anytime, anywhere. It's a problem that comes along once in a generation. Literally. We're talking about millennials.
Aspirations and even dating goals. Over 30,000.
The mother of all storms, the perfect storm. Of all these
This is probably 1540. We'll check it.
And the way to deal with it, again, is to put more judges in there, expedite this, but do not
So
allow people
KXCL.
to come in the country illegally, even if they're bringing their own child in. And in some cases,
Which is about
they may
210
not
miles.
be.
So this is 1610, CHHA, Toronto, Ontario.
And say the child could have gained access to that room. Stone King and Lincoln each face charges of child endangerment causing serious injury, keeping a drug house, unlawful possession of gamma hydroxybutyrate.
1630, that's KCJJ, Iowa City. 175 miles away, but a 1,000-watt tower.
17 years in prison. Ripping up.
CBS Sports brought to you by Barbasol. Here's a no-brainer. Barbasol is making razors. Try the new Barbasol Ultra 6
So we're right here.
goes to the great Antonio Gates. Back in April, Chargers general manager Tom Telesco announced that Gates
1670.
wouldn't be resigned in free agency because his role would be
Okay, there we are. Top of the scale, even though we're at the bottom. That's pretty funny. Okay, cool. So let's do final thoughts on the Radio Shack 12-726. Is it worth $15? Yeah, it's worth $15. This thing is awesome. Yeah, the form factor is great. Controls are fairly easy. I know it's a little bit of backlash on the knob, but not enough to bounce it out of station, which is good. Volume was okay. You can tell it's on batteries. It probably is reduced on amplifier. I'll bet you when you plug it in, you'll get a bit more oomph out of the speaker. Tone control is really nice on the AM band. Really takes out the hiss and the noise. So you'll be using this a lot on the AM band if you're DXing with it. This would be I think a decent radio to look for distant stations with. I mean, it's not going to be like a 200 millimeter ferrite in there. It's probably going to be like I'm guessing a 2.5 inch one or something. Yeah, usually these radios are about like here, because over here is all the cord and whatnot. But this radio does really well. I'm really happy with it. FM band is decent for me. I'm happy with it. I mean, when I was getting my FM stations, I'd move around. They'd stay with me. They wouldn't disappear, which is another bonus. I do love this radio for that. Good tonal quality coming out of the speaker. Just an all-around good purchase. A great, solid AM, FM radio. Not a bad emergency radio if you need a radio in emergency. With the 4C batteries, you got the capacity to keep this radio running a long time. I'm guessing with 4C batteries, this is just an estimation at a low level to maybe slightly to medium level. You're probably going to get 150 hours. That's just an estimation, maybe a little bit more. So that's just a good guess, unless you guys own this radio and you know for a fact. So yeah, awesome radio. If you see one under $15, buy it. Just buy it, enjoy it. It's really useful. You can put it in your garage, put it anywhere you want, the shop. Like you can plug it in the wall, and I plugged it in and it was getting the same reception. So it's got a nice DC linear transformer in there where it doesn't produce any noise, which is great. Those radios are disappearing. You don't see those anymore. So it's a bonus. And yeah, so if you liked the video and you like the presentation of this radio, hit the like button because Todderbert likes you too. Yeah, I have fun saying things like that. But I mean it. So if you're not subscribed to the channel and you really want to, it's not a very hard thing to do. You just hit the subscribe button down there, click, and then you hit the little bell, and that bell tells your computer and you, hey, look, Todderbert's got a new video. I put one out every evening, so I don't want to miss out. Usually 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, boom, there's a new video. So it's just like the daily show, Todderbert's daily radio show. I should start calling it that. So yeah, get notified. It's awesome. I do classic. This is more of like a legacy radio. I don't think it's a classic. It's not like 30 years old or anything, I don't think. And then with that said, comment below what you think about the 12-726. Would you buy it? Would you leave it? Would you run away from it? Would you keep it by your bedside? So there you go. Well, guys, thanks for watching as usual, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.